Insensitivity training for a politically correct world. It is Wednesday morning. It's March the 27th, 2024. Woody, birthday girl Ravey.
Heyo.
It's Raby's birthday today, you guys.
Yes, it is.
A lot of birthday wishes. Here's to another 100 years.
Hey.
Says, this one here from the 732. Some birthday wishes here from West Mifflin.
Oh, yeah?
Nice, Rave.
What's up? That's nice.
We got Greg Gorey.
Happy birthday, Rave.
There's Menace.
Thank
What is up?
you.
Seabass, good morning to you.
Yeah.
There's Sammy. Phones are open, 877-44 Woody. You got the text. You can send those over to 22987. We started a new tradition on Greg's birthday where we were figuring, like, you hear all these things when people die, like all these nice things that people say about you after you're dead, but you're not around to enjoy it.
I know, weak.
I was thinking that.
Why? Why wait until they're dead?
Yeah.
You shouldn't.
Why?
And so we started this tradition with Greg, and we all got to eulogize Greg, and he got to be here for it, and
It was surreal.
and hear how much he was loved. And so Greg said, "Hey, well, let's do this for everybody's birthday from now on."
It's going to be good.
So what am I supposed to do as the person who's being eulogized? Am I just supposed to listen?
You're dead.
Yeah,
you're
you
dead.
Do
listen.
I
You just listen.
You were
comment at all?
You were here for Greg's.
I know, but that was
Greg, any
the
advice?
maiden voyage.
Any advice you have for Raby?
You soak it up. You know that some people might throw in a lie or two to get you to try to talk. But
What was the lie?
You just soak it up.
What was
and-
the lie in yours?
Oh, no, it was a joke. It wasn't a lie. It was just a joke.
Okay.
But, it's hard not to chime in.
Right.
But you just have to sit there and be a ghost and listen to
Okay.
all the kind words.
Gotcha.
And then I also think you should, if you feel a tear coming on, let it go.
Yeah. Let it
Let
flow.
it go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because you're going to hear some beautiful things.
Greg wants emotion.
Look, I'll emote. I'll
Wow.
emote.
You will emote.
I'll emote, but
You say that now.
I think I'll eat the piece of cake that has the number 69 on it.
Oh,
Sammy
yeah.
got a
We got a
cake that
couple
said,
birthday
Happy
cakes in here. We got some
69th
cookies.
birthday.
Menace tried the cookies.
Yeah,
What do you think?
delicious.
They're good?
Loved them.
Are those the oatmeal raisins that she loves? Even
Yeah.
Raby's favorite kind of cookie.
How about that?
Oatmeal raisin. Any plans for the birthday today?
Not really. I usually go out to lunch with a friend for my birthday, but she's currently in London. So that's
Oh, no.
Selfish
put off
bitch.
until she comes back.
Okay.
So I'll
No, like ladies lunching thing? Like
Yeah.
you have all these
well,
like
that's what I'm saying. Like that's normally the ladies'
Yeah.
birthday lunch.
I know, but that's like the one person. But like there's nobody else. Like
Yeah,
you
lady
know.
gang.
Yeah,
No.
what about the rest of the hens? Like,
No.
nothing?
I'm gonna see one of the hens on Friday. Looking
Yeah.
forward to that.
Yeah. So
hang
Raby,
out.
is this the year that you get your AARP card?
No, you can get that at 50.
Oh, you do?
I've been having AARP.
Nice.
I've been having it.
Do you like legit
It has
get
provided
discounts?
some nice discounts.
Really?
Really?
It
Oh,
has.
Really?
Yeah.
Let's see what we got.
Like on eyeglasses, all kinds of different places.
Yeah?
You make a reservation somewhere. You always check, is there an AARP discount?
Really?
And like 7 times out of 10, there is.
So what's better, AARP or AAA?
There's
As far as the discounts go.
I think they're probably on par. AAA has a ton of discounts too.
Yeah.
But the AARP discount's legit.
Good to know.
Are there
I'll
any?
need that
My
someday.
brother's like, don't
Right, Menace?
sleep on
Yeah.
AARP.
I know. Popping.
By the way, according to their website, they are dedicated AARP to people over 50, but there is no minimum age to join.
Let's join now.
There's no minimum age.
That's what their site says.
I remember Mike the Show Killer was so angry when we
Yeah.
signed him up for it.
He's got a card in my office.
He does.
Great discounts, Mike.
Yeah.
Who doesn't love a great
Don't be
discount?
upset.
Denny's Book of the Month.
Oh.
Didn't know it was
Denny's
an actual
Book of the Month.
Oh, Denny's and Book of the Month.
Ravey,
Yeah.
okay, this is the first birthday in a while where now that you are of this age, you qualify for something. I
What's
just
that?
thought of this. You are now eligible to live in a senior community, a 55 and older community.
Oh, that's right.
Hell yeah.
I was
True.
wondering if there are any 55 milestones.
Which is
Yeah.
funny because my mother's moving into one of these places, right?
Okay.
She's currently
Yeah.
moving. She's in the process, right? So over Christmas break, we went to take a look because I hadn't seen this place. This is a brand new build, right? So we're taking a look, and it was hard to tell because it's all building still. But the guy who was leading the tour was just, pointing out, oh, bar here, you can get drunk and blah, blah,
Nice.
blah, 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 and here's the pool and here's the
Rip.
this. And my mom out of nowhere goes, you could move here too.
Yeah.
To me.
See?
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
like, what?
That would rule.
See?
She's like, what do you think? You could live here.
You
That's what I
could.
was gonna say. Because Ravy, like now that you qualify,
Yeah.
you should buy a house because you can get a deep discount on those
Oh, yeah?
communities. Yeah.
You can?
Oh yeah, for like
On those? Oh, well, there's
hundreds.
like,
When you buy the house, you can get it for like
this
a
isn't a
couple
house.
$100,000
This is,
less.
Oh, she's
Yeah.
moving
Yeah.
into an apartment, and the rent is $8,000 a month.
Yeah, no.
See, that's if you
no, when
qualify.
you
'Cause
buy.
my parents moved into one of those places, and their house is not cheap.
No,
I was surprised. I was
I
like,
know a
wow, okay, this is
ton of-
more than I even thought they would be.
like of these communities, let's say a $600,000 house, right? In the community, it's going for like $450.
I think what he's talking about, you can live in like one of
Right.
those
So
sandpiper
that's
places,
the
like
house my mom's moving out
in
of.
Better Call Saul.
Oh, okay.
She's
Yeah,
moving
she's moving
out
into a
of that
sandpiper community.
Yeah.
What? What is that?
Yeah, anybody who's watched Better Call Saul will understand that. It's like basically they're ripping off the tenants.
Nice.
You know,
I don't know. But the
Do
ones
they
that I'm
have
talking
the
about,
amenities at the Sandpiper, like the
Oh.
pool and the bars and the 3
the
restaurants?
ones that I'm talking about, they have restaurants.
They got a mean
in,
bingo room.
in
Well,
the community.
that's where my mom lives now,
Yeah.
and
Okay.
she's downsizing.
all right. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna take the break, then we're gonna come back, and we're gonna eulogize Ravy
Yes.
for her birthday. Why wait until she's dead? That's gonna be coming up next. I think we all have some lovely things prepared.
I hope so.
So Ravy,
Great.
get your cake,
Okay.
and we'll do that next. Hang on.
The Woody Show.
All right. Time to eulogize Ravy.
Oh boy.
Well, this went very well for. I thought it was nice.
It was
really
very
nice.
nice.
Very nice.
Yeah. So why wait until they're dead? We did this for Greg on his birthday, and we all got to say nice things about Greg, and he was alive to hear it.
To hear it. It was
all the nice things.
literally probably the best day of my work career.
Really?
Seabass is in costume to do this.
Oh, yeah.
let's see.
Well, he's in mourning.
Yeah.
Oh,
In the morning.
That's your
But
grief
it's your-
outfit?
looks like Kanye.
Yeah.
Is there a dead person in the room? I can't. I heard.
Yeah.
Something,
Oh,
like,
sorry.
I heard an echo somewhere.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe it's
All
a
right.
ghost.
Who is volunteering to go first?
Great.
I guess
You
I'll
wanna
be
go
happy
first?
to.
Okay.
I'd be happy. I mean, not happy. I'm very
Yeah, yeah.
sad
Yeah,
because
yeah.
we've lost Ravy.
Yeah.
So it's definitely not a happy thing
Yeah,
at all.
all right.
Yeah.
I mean, I never thought that Ravy and I would be close, considering when we met, she ignored me. You know, the way that Menace would ignore a nutrition label. Now, our program director at the time had told me right before I met Woody and Ravy, you are going to love Ravy. She is so funny. And then we went out to lunch, and Ravy didn't say a single word. And I thought, how could she be hilarious when she doesn't even talk? And maybe I thought he meant she's funny, like in a silent movie kind of way. Like maybe she's like the Mary Pickford of radio. Oh!
Explain
But-
that reference, Greg.
Yeah, old silent movie star. I think it was pretty obvious. But as the years went by, and once we finally spoke, I believe it took a good year for me to talk to Ravy. We got really close, which is why I have never, and I can't believe she's gone, I never promised to respect her DNR, her do not resuscitate order. She said, I have one and I want you to respect it. And I said, no, I will jump on top of your chest, give you CPR and say, you will fight Ravy. And I can't believe she's lost that battle. At Woody Show events, I would always carpool with Ravy, and then I would cling to her at these events like a koala bear because we were that tight. And I even once had this New Year's resolution, be more like Ravy, which was the ultimate compliment because I admired her confidence, her unapologeticness, if that's a word. She would let everything roll off her back. And maybe that's why she liked ducks so much. I think I just realized that.
The water.
Yeah. And she was also a genuinely good listener, which I think these days is very rare. She knew about my family dynamics and what I did on trips and whatnot. And I knew about her nieces and nephew and her mom and her brother. We were just good conversationalists with one another. And I have regrets now that Ravy's gone. I regret not visiting her in the hospital when she was on her hospital vacation. I regret making her cry once during Radio Chicken. That weighed on me for, I was going to
The
say
fact that you even
days,
still remember the name of the
Yeah,
bit.
yeah.
if not
Oh,
months.
yeah, pretty telling.
If
was
not
it?
for life. It was terrible. I will never repeat it.
Yeah.
That was a dying wish of Ravy's.
Especially not here.
Never speak of it
Inappropriate.
again.
Yeah.
Okay.
I also regret that she never told me that she used to spike her coffee at work. I wish she had told me because I would have joined her. Now, she always tried to get her gambling luck to rub off on me. That never worked. She tried to get me into pot because she was a big pothead. And that never worked. And she tried to get me into working out and exercising. That never worked. She tried to get me to be less uptight and less emotional. That never worked. But what did work was she and I worked our ways into each other's hearts. And I will never forget Ravey. Ever. I love you, Ravey.
Oh, babe.
Greg, that's so sweet.
That was so nice.
So nice.
Is Ravey crying?
Dad, Raby.
I'm a little bit choked up.
You got to keep checking back.
A little bit.
All right, who wants to go next? Menace?
I'll go, yeah.
All right.
All right. We often joked on the radio that it was Ravey's world and we just lived in it. That she cared more about superheroes than she did people. But what you didn't realize is that Ravey had her own superpower, and that was the power of listening. I mean, truly listening when somebody was in need. Whether it was the males on the Woody Show who got in their feelings off the air, or someone needed a place to stay, Ravey truly listened. She rode waves of vices like meth and Harry Potter, and we rode the wave of alcoholism together. Whether it was drunkenly going through the streets of Southside Chicago looking for White Castle, or an Irish coffee in the morning to get through the day, Ravey was always down to live life and party. She had a fear of speaking in public, but was outspoken when provoked. She was insanely competitive and tight with the dollar. A basic bitch she was not. She earned her spot as the boss-ass bitch. Her request to leave some of her ashes on the Steelers' field will be done because we will honor her request by using her superpower of truly listening. I want to say thank you, Ravey, for being part of my life, and I love you. Go Pens.
Wow.
Jeez, this is not easy.
Who wrote that for you?
I wrote it.
Oh, okay. Very well written, Menace.
Thank you.
Really good.
Oh,
Really out of the gate.
Can't speak to the spelling of it, but
Yeah.
I want to know how he's going to get on the field, or is he just going to get
Well,
close
you-
and toss
Yeah,
it?
yeah.
he'll use that Ravey luck.
cross that bridge
Channel
when
it.
it happens.
I have my
Yeah.
ways.
Somehow, when they go, oh, look, it's for Ravey, they'll go, oh, okay.
Yeah.
They don't do that for anybody else.
And here's $1 million to
and
her
here's the- yeah.
foundation.
That's
to the Ravey Foundation.
Tom's going to walk over. Oh, yeah, I'll get that for
Yeah,
you.
that's
Yes.
right. That's right. All right, who wants to go next? Seabass?
Gone too soon obviously doesn't apply here, but the point is the point is that she is gone, and we do miss Ravey now that she is dead. I'm gonna real quick, because I have been listening, also say Ravey was a great listener, and many times on the show we'd bring something up and I would think, didn't we talk about that like 6 weeks ago, or hadn't we tried that in studio? And while everyone else was like, oh, what's this? I would glance over at Ravey, and she and I would have a knowing look, because I knew she had been listening and caring. But she listened enough to care, not to jump in and say, hey, idiots, we already talked about this, and just let them go on. So she was a great co-host and great listener in that respect. Now, I know what a lot of people are asking here. This has been the rumor, so I might as well address it. Am I Ravey's, or was I Ravey's Friday friend? For folks who don't know, Ravey admitted years back that every Friday she would have a gentleman caller that would come over to satisfy her needs.
Yeah.
And to this day, we get
Ravage
texts.
her,
I
yeah.
bet Seabass is the Friday friend. I bet Seabass. No, I'm not. Was not the Friday friend. She hired a professional, like male prostitute company to do that.
Gigolo.
Yeah. Not a gigolo, but a company that provides gigolos, so that she
Right.
gets refreshing
Like
every day.
variety.
Yeah.
So yeah, just haha. Seabass was not, but she had professionals do that. Which she had professionals come clean her house, come give her home massages. So this is no different. And I'm glad she
She had a staff.
Right. I'm glad she was open enough as a woman to be that independent and to enjoy the things that life gives you. That being said, I saw Ravey, and I know her less than you guys do. I saw her in my time with Ravey become a more independent woman, more outspoken, more opinionated, less willing to put up with BS and crap. And that is why, even though gone not too soon, she will not be forgotten.
That's very nice.
R.I.P. Ravey.
All right. So it's Ravey's birthday today. She's not dead, but we are eulogizing her as if she was. Because
Yeah.
again, why wait until someone's dead to say all the nice things that you would say once they
Yes.
are dead?
Agreed.
Mm-hmm.
You hanging in there, Rave?
I am hanging in there. Yeah.
Okay.
Not too scary.
Sammy.
Yes. I didn't know Ravey very well. I didn't know her for that long. I was waiting. I'm sad she's dead now because I was hoping that once I hit around the 2-year mark, like Greg, we would become very close. See, it takes time with Ravey, and I'm sad that I didn't have more time with her to reach that point. But I could tell that Ravey really cared about stuff around here. She took very good care of our chickens. She was always cleaning the cage, and I appreciated that. And she always would send me updates and texts, and I'm going to miss my chicken updates. She gave my nephew a very nice Nutcracker Mickey that he still plays with and loves, and it was very generous of her. And I enjoyed our, connection that we had, although I wish we would have got to a further point in our relationship. So it's sad to see her go.
No, wait. Sorry.
Jeez, sound bored.
Wow.
It should be pointed out that Nutcracker was a free gift from.
Yeah, whatever.
It was still nice.
All gifts are free.
R.I.P.
That doesn't
Ravey.
mean anything.
Yeah.
She had a bunch of free drink tickets in her pocket.
Oh yeah.
True.
You know?
Still let listeners buy her drinks.
Yeah.
Those would go right in the trash.
Yeah. All right. So for Greg's, I just wanted to kind of see like what would come up. But for Ravey, I had to actually make notes for this one because I've known Ravey for so long. Ravey, my sister from another mister. I met Ravey in 1994. I was hired to work at a small radio station in Charleroi, Pennsylvania, 98.3 WESA. Ravey and I worked there together, not on the same show. She had already been there for a few years. I think at one point had even been the program director. We would work together there, then at 104.7 The Revolution, to this day the best radio station either of us have ever worked at. Then I hired her to join what would later become The Woody Show at Q101 in Chicago. From there to San Francisco to replace Howard Stern in mornings at Live 105, where we met Greg and Menace. Then to St. Louis, where she joined the Woody and Rizzuto Show on 105.7 The Point. And now, for the last 10 years, here in Los Angeles, the first person I see when I look to my right here in the studio. We met and almost immediately became friends, and no, despite popular opinion, while Ravey has been fearless to try certain things, like her trip to the Disgusting Foods Museum, the only part of my body that's ever been inside of her is the tip of my finger to get a piece of something out from between her front teeth.
Aww.
That's a friend. She had the most laser discs of anybody I ever knew. And for a while there, when I first met her, I thought that she knew more about computers than anybody else. Probably because she had one. I didn't have one. But then years later, I would find myself making a trip to Ravey's apartment for the sole purpose of providing her and proving to her the information that her laptop, yes, did in fact have a battery and that she did not need to plug it in to use it, as she had been insisting. She laughs hysterically at things like Fudge House, Cornucopia, and Gas Watch. She bleeds black and gold, on the ice and on the gridiron. She's a homer's homer. She will defend even the most garbage of athletes simply because of the uniform they wear. But that blind loyalty doesn't transfer to the streets. One wrong move and you are cut out forever. Take, for example, one of Ravey's best friends. This woman, while flawed, loved Ravey, and when they had a falling out, tried to mend fences with a very sweet gesture. Ravey mentioned, or Greg mentioned Ravey's fondness of ducks.
She loved ducks.
She sent Ravey a stuffed duck. Ravey opened that package, saw it was from this person, and without even hesitation, put it right in the garbage. And to this day, never said another word to that person.
And now she can't.
She loved cats.
Never.
And as time went on, it became more and more clear, at least to us, that she also liked women. We think. It's never been proven, but she did. She kept her lust life a secret. In 30 years, I never met or even knew about a relationship until it was over. It wasn't until she was sharing a story about someone that she dated years later that we even ever knew about it.
Yeah.
But I'm sure her funeral will be standing room only, a packed house full of former lovers there to pay their respects, and not one of them ever got a blowjob from Ravey.
Well, I can see him out there as this is the funeral.
Right.
Hi, guys.
Anybody who's ever known Ravey knows that she's always ready to flex about her most recent trip to the casino. But much like when Pinocchio's nose grew when he told a lie, Ravey's arms would go T-Rex and shorten the minute the check came.
Gee, what kind of eulogy is this?
It wasn't until the last... You gotta have humor in these things, man.
Yeah, you gotta lighten it.
That's right, it's true.
It wasn't until the
Couple
last
slams.
10 years that I would have classified Ravey as a nerd. Sure, she was always into things like wizard stuff and Star Wars, but then she went full tilt bought dragon eggs, got a Game of Thrones tattoo, which will keep her from being buried in some cemeteries. She even started a nerd podcast. She went all in, and she clearly found her people, her community. But there's no robe, no wand, or Gwen Stefani song that would ever mean more to Ravey than her family. Her mom, Pat, her brother, Michael, who I insist to this day probably wants to be known as Mike. Her niece and nephew, Declan and Maeve. Her sister-in-law, Jane, and of course, her late father, Bob. Part of Ravey died with Bob. I saw it. She would do anything for her family. Well, not her stepfather, but any of the others. I wouldn't be surprised if she even picked up a check or two over the years when she was out with them.
Kidding.
When you've lived as long as Ravey has, you realize that your family is all you really got. There are the ones who are going to be with you until the very end, like it or not. And Ravey, while very bad at doing impressions, is a very good Aunt Nene, a good sister to talk parlays with. And eventually became the kind of daughter who actually would send her mom a card on her birthday and on Mother's Day. My apologies for this being so long, but 30 years is a long time to know a person. I value Ravey's friendship, and somehow I'm grandfathered into her life. Had we met any later than we did, she would never even entertain the idea of being friends with me. You could chalk that up to a miracle. And if you say you don't believe in miracles, look no further than Ravey's old bras. Before her reduction, those things never popped out, not even once. And that is a miracle. Ravey, we love you. Happy birthday.
Oh, babe.
Well, that was great, guys.
Nice.
Oh, I forgot to ask Woody.
Yeah.
As the person who was
A lot
assigned.
of backhandedness from Woody,
No kidding.
but
Again,
a lot of genuine feeling from everybody else.
as the person you were assigned by Raby before she died
Yeah.
to do one thing at her house.
Yeah.
How'd that go?
Was that
Oh,
Yeah.
I
How
mean,
many
assignment
trucks did you
honored,
rent?
dude. Did you ever see all the trucks that are involved in the Taylor Swift tour?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like that, but double it.
Oh, wow.
damn.
Yeah.
Where
To get all
Woody
the
had
sex
the
toys?
sex toys, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy.
So that's not to be
Crazy.
embarrassing to Raby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mad sex toys.
All right. Ravey, any thoughts?
Like I said, genuine emotion. Thank you, Greg. Thank you, Menace. Thank you, Seabass. Thank you, Sammy. Look, chances are good once we hit that 2-year mark.
Yeah.
Don't, you know.
Is she on track?
We're tracking, right? We're tracking. Tracking. And Woody, of course, thank you. That was all very nice.
All right.
I'm a little bit teared up about the whole thing.
Good.
Thank you.
Well, happy birthday,
Thank you.
Rave.
Thank you. Woody eventually bringing my family into the mix.
Yeah.
That got me emotionalized. But the through line from Greg then to Menace, who both had their thoughts written down, and I'm sure you didn't talk to each other. You did it independently of each other.
We did not confer.
No.
Yeah. And then on to Seabass, calling me a really good listener. I think that means a lot.
What?
That's like a very high compliment
Get it.
to say that somebody is a good listener, because
Yeah.
that skill is lost
Yeah.
in this day and age. So to actually call that out and to have it called out twice like that meant a lot to me.
2 were genuine.
Yeah.
3 times.
And then Seabass
Yeah.
called it
Climbing
out.
on.
Called it out as well.
Actually, I believe I had the thought first. So you know, I
Now that you
originated the
mention
thought.
it,
The
didn't say
thought was
that, I
mine
just-
originally. And,
Not at all what I said.
Right.
you know,
But
listener.
yeah, that really choked me up.
Oh, babe.
Aw,
So thank
It's
you for
true.
that.
No
Thank
problem.
you for that.
True.
it's absolutely true.
All right, 877-44. We would have gotten candles for your cake, but they didn't
We
have
didn't
that
want to
kind of
burn the
supply.
place down.
Yeah, supply chain.
Didn't want to set off the fire alarms.
Yeah. Menace already had 2 pieces of cake.
Yeah.
He
the
went
first
back for
one,
more
First one was good, but I want to make sure that I really liked it, so I went back for a second piece.
just to try it.
Just
out.
And he
make
tried a
sure.
cookie.
Oh yeah, the cookie. Hey, I'm here to
This
test.
cake is good. I like it.
Yeah. What's the one on the right?
It's like a Snickers one, right?
It's like a
See?
caramel. Yeah, chocolate caramel.
It's good.
Oh, on the right.
On the right, that's like a red
red
velvet.
one.
Your other right.
Oh, the red velvet. Oh,
Oh, that's the red velvet.
That's
okay.
the main cake. I thought that's what you're talking about.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, the one on the left.
Trust me,
on the
it is
table.
good.
Yeah, all right.
Whatever that left one, the Snickers
It'd be rude
one.
if I didn't have a piece, right, Rav? I mean,
Yes, it would be rude.
yeah.
And bad
You
luck.
What would
too,
that say
Greg.
about our friendship?
You gotta have one too. Greg.
And Greg, yeah, March Fat is not over yet, buddy. Let's get fat.